Hey guys, welcome to a tier list on the channel. I'm going to look over the 20 seasons of Premier League cards that we've covered so far on the channel and rank them in a tier list. As you can see, Premier League sets 1992 through to 2012, and we've got to rank them from S tier being the best and then D obviously being the worst. So over the course of the 20 years we've covered not quite, I don't think there's quite 20 sets here. There were a few years that they didn't have any Premier League releases apart from Match Attack. There are a couple of sets in here that actually had multiple sets per year. So we're going to get through them without further ado. And we're going to start off with Top Stadium Club 1992. So this one is an interesting one because it's not technically a Premier League set. There's no Premier League mention title on the cards, but it is for that inaugural season. It obviously, Stadium Club is a renowned brand and probably one of my favourite Topps products in modern times. But back then, it was I think about 200 card base set. There was no inserts, which I think certainly does take a knock on where it ranks in this tier list. For me, it doesn't have the big standout cards. There's obviously some early cards for Ryan Giggs, McManaman, and of course lots of legends. But with no inserts, that is a bit of a knock on the cards. The back of the cards look pretty nice as well. There is that cool little collector's corner on the bottom, which is a good plus. But for me, in the grand scheme of things, when you're comparing it to the other sets, it's probably ranking around the C grade. Might change these over time, depending on how I rank the other sets. But I did put a poll up for your guys' opinion on the first 4 Premier League sets and which one of those was your favourite. And quite a few actually like the Stadium Club, which I can certainly understand. All of these sets here are certainly good in their own right. But we'll get on to the next set, which is Merlin Premier League 1993-94. And this is a smaller set. It was a box set, so you'd get the full complete set in a box, which is a bit of a drawback given that it loses the collectivity of it. Collectability, should I say. But we have, of course, the Andy Cole on display here. That's actually his rookie card. Robbie Fowler also has a rookie card in this collection, so that's certainly 2 plus points. But it again doesn't have any inserts, which is a bummer. So as a result, I think from a design point of view, it looks really good. But I'm also going to put it in C tier. If it had some really nice inserts, I think it would be a hell of a lot better. But C tier, as I say, these are still incredible sets. So let's crack on to the next one, which is Merlin Ultimate 95-96. Now, there wasn't actually a Premier League product in the previous season, 94-95. So we move on to 95-96 Merlin Ultimate. And this photo here is actually of one of the laser cut inserts. So there's inserts in this product. There was, I believe, 5 of them, and as well as metallic shiny badges, which look really cool. So good that there was inserts. The base set is quite a bit more extensive. I think about 240 cards. There is a Gary Neville rookie card amongst that, but otherwise not as much to write home about compared to the previous year with that set there. So I love the badges, I love the laser cut cards, but I'm thinking again I'm putting them in C tier and just seeing where they fare up against some of the other sets. But none of those really stand out above the rest. But now, not everything's going to be in C tier. We get on to Merlin Premier Gold 1996-97, and this of course being David Beckham's rookie card. Pretty iconic sort of card, a great looking set, the first Premier Gold set that we've seen, and it has, I think, 160 card base set, 20 club badges, as well as these International Masters of the Game inserts, which with the black background, they look really, really good, and they're certainly some of my favourites. I think they were about maybe 2 per box, so quite rare, but the Beckham is an iconic card. And for me, the set in general being the first Premier Gold set, iconic rookie card in David Beckham, there's obviously some controversy around that card. He does have, well, like whether it's a rookie or not, he does have an earlier sticker. He also has a Merlin Premier League sticker. He also has a Match magazine sticker, which is hard to come by, albeit unlicensed. There is his LCD card, which is not a licensed product from the year prior. There's also that Subudio card, which is really cool. But for me, this is his best rookie in terms of a card, and I'm going to put it in A tier. And the reason why, if you asked me this question maybe 6 months ago, I would have probably put it in S tier. But it's taken a bit of a knock because it's recently there was a big find in Thailand late last year, a big warehouse full of this product amongst other sort of retro sets. And a lot of these came to market, and as a result, the value has certainly dropped on them, which is a shame because the set before that was actually kind of available compared to some of the other sets that we'll cover, but this Thailand discovery was certainly made it a fairly common card. So as a result, it's going in A tier, definitely a quality set. Now another set that came out in 1996-97 was this Merlin collector's cards, and this is a cheaper product. It features cards like you can see with that Southgate, also some caricature cards, as well as these pop-out stand-up cards. It was a smaller 88 card release, I think, and again a cheaper product to the Premier Gold release. It's nothing special really, it's a quirky sort of set, but for me, in comparing everything, it's probably going in D tier. But again, D tier, C tier, these are still really cool sets to collect. Okay, so let's get on to Merlin Premier Gold 97-98, and I'm showing here probably one of my favourite insert cards in all of the Premier League sets. It's the Young Player of the Year Beckham card. Really cool subset there of inserts. I think there was 10 in total. So the base design is decent. I'm not sure if it was better than the previous year. Similar sort of size checklist. No notable rookie though in that collection. I know Patrick Vieira has an early card, but nothing in the realm of rookies. But there's some nice club badges. Inserts look really good. So in theory, it's pretty comparable to this set here, without there being the rookie card. Obviously, it's a second year Beckham. So I'm tossing up between A and B tier. I really like these inserts though. I really do. So I'm going to put it in A tier for now, and we'll see how I think about that in the future. But we'll crack on to Merlin Premier Gold 1998-99, and this features a Lampard rookie card. Again, similarly to the Beckham, he does have an earlier sticker, but in the realm of cards, this is his first, and it's a really cool design. I love the photo of Lampard there, and there's also some club badges, which are probably maybe the best of from what we've seen prior. The inserts are a bit more common to find than the previous years, but I think the early cards of Lampard, also Michael Owen, Rio Ferdinand, help in that checklist, and I'm going to put it in A tier. And another thing about this set, Merlin Premier Gold 99, is the fact that there's no sealed product of this available. I've never seen a box. I've seen sealed packets. I've got one, but I've hardly seen this product being available in terms of sealed product. So tough to find, and I'm glad that I own some high-grade copies of that Lampard. But yeah, I'll put it in A tier because it's the scarcity helps, I think. But yeah, cool set. Moving on to Merlin Premier Gold 2000. So for the 99-2000 season, we have a die-cut card here. So the first time that they've done sort of die-cut cards. I know they did the laser-cut cards there, but a cool set. Smaller base set, I think around 100 or so cards. There was some top scorers, There was star player foils, which were pretty cool, but it was these die cuts that were quite impressive. There was the cards for each of the trophies. So Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup to celebrate Man United's treble win. And there was also some players that were featured in these die-cut cards. So a pretty cool insert set. But in terms of the set overall, I feel like it's lacking a bit compared to these three there. So as such, I'm going to put it into B tier. Next up is Steven Gerrard and the Topps Premier Gold 2001 set for the 2000-2001 season. This is Gerrard's rookie card. Again, has an earlier sticker. Does also have a Futura card, which was released also in 2000. That may well have released earlier in the year, so that could be his more of a true rookie card. But same year, same card there, Stevie G. Cool card to have. There is some sealed product out there of this card, as well as the two first Merlin Premier Gold releases. In terms of the base checklist is good. I like the design. There isn't the gold embossed nameplate and badge, unlike the Merlin Premier Gold earlier sets here. So that, you know, from an appeal standpoint, it's not as good. But one of the things I love about this set is the foil star players. There's 20 of them. There's also 4 additional ones, and they come in silver foils, but they also come in gold and blue foils, and these are hard to find. I think they range from being in 10 to 20% of packs, the blue foils being the rarer ones. Henry has a card in that set, and that looks really nice, his first Premier League card. So for me, I'm going to put this in A tier because I love the fact that you can collect the 3 different parallels for the star player cards. And yeah, of course the Gerrard helps with that set as well. Moving on to another set from, now this is actually, no, this is from 2001-02. So we'll get on to that set. So these are just mini cards. It was a very small set. I think there was about 27 or so in the collection. They came in little boxes, just mini cards. They're only about that size, kind of the size of stickers. And they were released in sort of bubblegum boxes, so you'd get a piece of bubblegum with them. I think there was silver foils that came with them as well. I do have a Di Canio card. But yeah, about 1 or 2 cards per team. And again, it's an okay set. Something different, but nothing to write home about. No major cards, no rookies or anything in the checklist. So as a result, I'm going to put it in D tier. Nothing special about that release. Okay, so moving on to the next set, which is from the same year, Topps Premier Gold 2001-02. Now this is an interesting set because it's got some really iconic cards. There's a first year card for Chelsea, Frank Lampard, Young Player of the Year, Stevie G, Hot Shot Henry, where he was sort of getting into his prime, and so some legendary cards. Beckham's in there as well, but there's no inserts. Although the base cards do have the slight variation, there's no inserts, but there for the first time is autograph and shirt cards. So these were found, autographs are found 1 in every box, and then shirt cards were found 1 in every 2 boxes. So it's an interesting one because I feel like from a base checklist point of view, if there was just some inserts to go along with the fact there was autographs, this would be right up there, and potentially even S tier. The autograph checklist isn't great. They're all on card. I've got a Di Canio on card autograph. I know there's an Owen. There's some other good players, but there are quite a few guys that you've probably never heard of. So I'm tossing up where to put this set. I actually think from a design point of view, this is actually an early card of Ashley Cole. This is one of his first cards actually. But I'm thinking from a design point of view, we've got back to that gold embossed logo. the design looks really good. So I'm thinking the fact that they did introduce autographs for the first time, it's pretty hard to find sealed product of this. I'm going to put it in A tier again. So we're seeing quite a bit of a stacked A tier. Nothing yet in S tier, but that could well change. We've got Topps Premier Gold 2002-03, the first set I collected when I was 7 or 8 years old. I remember buying some packs of this product, and it contains a fantastic rookie card of Wayne Rooney. This was the 10th anniversary for the Premier League, so there was some really nice commemorative legend cards, or not legend cards, Player of the Year cards. They celebrated the 10 previous Player of the Years in the Premier League, along with other accomplishments such as top appearance makers, top goal scorers. So I really love this set. I think from a nostalgia point of view, it's right up there. It's got a Wayne Rooney rookie card in it, some great inserts. There is autographs again. The checklist isn't great. A lot of rising star autos that didn't really turn out to do any good in their careers, really. There is some legend autographs, which are pretty cool. But I just think from the base and the inserts alone and the design, S tier for me. There we go. S tier for Topps Premier Gold 2002-03. There is some nostalgia into that vote, but this is my personal opinion. It's right up there as one of the best. Now, Topps Premier Gold 2003-04, the following season, we have Cristiano Ronaldo's first Premier League card. And iconic card, there's the notable misspelling of his name with a H in Cristiano. This is it's essentially a second-year card for him, first year at Man United, and so as a result, that card is probably one of the best base cards in Premier League card history. And design looks great, and insert-wise, we've got the club badges back again. They came in green and blue foils. Blues being the harder to come by version. Then there was these fantastic inserts which covered the team of the year from the previous season, as well as some of the top scorers. And just a really cool insert set that also came in the standard bronze variation, but also in blue, and I believe there was some even rarer colors for certain cards. But I've got both of those bronze and blue variations to that set. They look beautiful. Do check them out. Topps Premier Gold 2003-04. And there was also autographs in this collection. Again, I think it was a really small checklist actually of autos. But for me, again, S tier. Big card in Ronaldo. Quality inserts. Cool design. Ticks all the boxes for me. Next up, we're moving away from Premier Gold. We've got our Premier Stars, Topps Premier Stars 2004-05. And this didn't have any inserts. It was quite an extensive base checklist. But it did have, I suppose these are inserts, the FlixPix cards. There were sort of 3D cards that you could move and they would change image. Kind of cool. Certainly different from what we've seen before. But I really love the design of the base cards. Definitely different. And there's an early first-year card for Drogba at Chelsea. I really do like the design on these. I feel like if the inserts were better, it could be a better product. But I do really like the base design. And 2004-05, I've got some nostalgia being Chelsea winning the Premier League that season. So I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next up is Merlin Premier Stars. So we've shifted from Topps to Merlin. Merlin Premier Stars 2005-06. And this was a bit of a disappointment set in terms of the fact that there's no inserts, fairly extensive base set. There is, I mean, if you can call these inserts, this is the top scorer card from the previous year. So I think there was about 3 or 4 of those at the start of the checklist. The back of the cards is just the club logo. There's no sort of information about the player, which is not great. The centering's poor on these cards. They can be difficult to grade. and as such, quality-wise, isn't as strong. I'm leaning towards putting into D tier, but I do like the set. I'm going to put it in C tier for now, and I might change it around at the end. Then we have a couple of products from 2006-07. So Topps Premier Gold coming back, and this featured I think about 150 card base set, 20 of these star player cards, and that was it. So cool looking cards, probably an improvement on the previous year, but there's nothing too much to write home about them. I'm leaning towards maybe going C tier for them as well, but I'll have a think about it. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. But we have Topps iCards, so it's a 100 card base set. They all look the same, there's no inserts at all to them. A fairly common set, certainly the cheaper alternative and more accessible alternative to the Topps Premier Gold set from that same year. This was actually, I don't think it was released in that many countries. I know Australia got it, and maybe countries in Asia. I'm not even sure the UK got too much of it, certainly compared to the iCards. iCards, they're cool acetate cards, but the set in general, there's not a lot to it. Actually, I forgot to mention there's a Peter Crouch autograph card, the only auto in this collection. But no autos in this set. There's not a lot to them. No notable names in terms of rookies, so I'm going to put it in D tier. So then there was the period in which a load of, well, apart from after this season, Topps basically changed tactics and only released match tack cards for a good 3 seasons up until 2010, 2011, when they released not only match tack but also this Topps Authentics box set. So I'm not going to cover the match tack cards. They're important cards from in that window, but I remember feeling at the time disappointed that there wasn't an official trading card release. So Topps Authentics 2010-2011 is a box set. These were limited in quantity, and that can be quite hard to get hold of. Some of the better names, Bale, I know Rooney's in there, Gerrard. So it's only a 1 card per team checklist, but it can be hard to get hold of. I really do like the design, similarly with the following season. So I'm kind of torn. I'm thinking I do actually like them. I'm going to put this one B tier, mainly because of its rarity. Pretty hard to get hold of those cards. So yeah, if you do find any Topps Authentics 2010-11, certainly don't be shy in getting one of those. And then finally, Topps Authentics 2011-12, a far more accessible set. It's a 60 card base set, I think about 2 or 3 cards per team, or maybe it was 50 cards actually total. Some were base, some actually had a foil finish to them, and yeah, a cool release. There was actually autograph cards that were released by Topps Authentics in those years. Cool set. You know, it was a box release, so there's no sort of collectability to it. You get the full set in the box as is. So for that, I'm going to put it in C tier, mainly because it's a bit more common than the previous year. So that does it. That is where I'm at the moment. Can I think of any other changes? Now, it may look harsh. It may look like, oh, I don't like these sets. It's completely not the case. I love all these sets, really, but I'm just prioritizing what my favorites are. Let me just have a think. What could I change? Is there any? I'm fairly content with those in D tier. Anything in C tier that can get promoted? I don't know. I feel like I'm being harsh on some of these. Some of these are nice. Then I'm fairly happy with those. I'm just thinking one of these could get promoted. I'm fairly happy with what I've got here in A tier. Some quality sets. Just for whatever reason, don't quite hit the level of the S tier cards or sets. You know, I don't think I'm pretty happy with what I've got here. But yeah, do let me know in the comments what your favorite Premier League set is. I'd be certainly interested to know. But I'm just thinking, could I get one of these promoted? Again, these two would get promoted if there were inserts in the collection, and there aren't. Um, but this set does have some nice rookies attached to it. This is a cool set with the inserts. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm not entirely happy with it, but I think I'm going to leave it there for now. So do let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. I've got short videos on covering all of these sets where I go through my folders and you can see exactly what's in each of these products, so do check out those short videos. There's a playlist about exactly these on my channel, so do check it out. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you for the next one.